Taxos. What a pleasant surprise.
This morning's full of surprises, Leonidas.
We've been tricked. Not more than a few hundred. This is a surprise.
Silence! We heard Sparta was on the warpath. And we were eager to join forces.
If it is blood you seek, you're welcome to join us.
But you bring only this handful of soldiers against Xerxes? I see I was wrong to expect Sparta's commitment to at least match our own.
Doesn't it? You, there. What is your profession?
I'm a potter, sir.
And you, Arcadian, what is your profession?
Sculptor, sir.
You?
Blacksmith.
Spartans! What is your profession? See, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.
Fucking shit, I love that fucking shit. God, I love that shit, man. It's just so, it brings a fucking tear to my eye, man, when I see that. Sparta! Sparta, this is Sparta. So good, man. So fucking, there's so much wisdom in movies. I love that shit. Love that shit. So today I want to talk about a couple of things. My name is Marcus Conte, investigative journalist, whatever you fuck you want to call me. You guys are calling me everything else in the thread, so I'll call myself what I feel like calling myself today. So I got my headset on. My ear was hurting, so I don't got the in-ear shit going on. So but anyway, so I think I want to touch on. I think that people have. You know, as the elections roll over, that's the big subject. The November 6th election. That's the big power grab, right? And not for you and I, but for the players, right? That's what the whole shit, all the distractions right now are all about. That November 6th. So they want you to go back to sleep. They don't want you thinking about that. That's not for you anymore. Elections, God, if we don't fucking have elections, the elections are fake. Everybody knows that. But I want to talk about the latest. Rather interesting. I mean, I think it's at this point it's kind of stupid that Trump is now saying that that China hacked the election. Now, here's the deal, right? Trump says a lot of things, right? And the corporately owned media picks and chooses what they would like to exploit. So currently they're running this narrative round the clock that Trump is saying that China hacked the 2016 election. Right? So I think people have they have forgetters, right? They have this built-in mechanism that as time goes on they forget, right? And in 2016, what we saw rigged elections, we saw testimony from the FBI, we saw testimony from Congress, we saw lying, cheating, and stealing on television through the virtue of Hillary Clinton. So much shit, right? But people forget about it. We move on with our lives, and then the corporate media gaslights the shit out of us, right? Right? That's what gaslighting is. It's taking the facts, but they do it so slowly and precisely, right? Where the little details start to change, and then people doubt, like, well, did that really happen? Did they really steal an election? Did Hillary Clinton really break a law? You know, that kind of stuff. So I think it's time to, you know, because now that the Russian narrative, right, is almost guaranteed to be completely false. Nobody actually believes it anymore, right? I don't think anybody believes it. I don't know. I don't watch enough television, but my impression is that no one really believes that Russia hacked the election. We know the truth of the matter. So let's go back for a moment. Go back in time. Let's go back in time and let's review some of the facts in this. Now Russia is guilty. Russia is not guilty anymore. China's guilty. Right? They switched the narrative all before the November 6th elections. That's the whole power grab right now, right? You gotta keep people stupid and sleeping and don't pay attention, right? So let's go back and look at the clips. You remember when Comey remember when FBI Comey came out, kingpin of the FBI, the hitman, came out and said that he laid out the foundation for Hillary Clinton being a pretty much a criminal, right? And then so let's listen to what he says, and I'll come back and we'll talk about it. Check this shit out.
From the group of 30,000 emails returned to the State Department in 2014, 110 emails in 52 email chains have been determined by the owning agency to contain classified information at the time they were sent or received. 8 of those chains contained information that was top secret at the time they were sent. 36 of those chains contained secret information at the time, and 8 contained confidential information at the time. The FBI also discovered several thousand work-related emails that were not among the group of 30,000 emails returned by Secretary Clinton to State in 2014. Secretary Clinton periodically deleted emails, or emails were purged from her system when devices were changed. There is evidence that they were extremely careless in their handling of very sensitive, highly classified information. None of these emails should have been on any kind of unclassified system, but their presence is especially concerning because all of these emails were housed on unclassified personal servers, not even supported by full-time security staff, like those found at agencies and departments of the United States government, or even with a commercial email service like Gmail. She also used her personal email extensively while outside the United States, including sending and receiving work-related emails in the territory of sophisticated adversaries. Given that combination of factors, we assess it is possible that hostile actors gained access to Secretary Clinton's personal email account.
So there it is. Comey lays out the foundation of Hillary Clinton's mishandling of classified information, her and her team's ineptness of securing their own fucking emails, right? So they were wide open. You heard Comey say it, that there was, in fact, very high classified information on her server, her private server. She circumvented, privacy. She circumvented the government email system to house her own information and do her own dealings on the side. Right? That leads to intent. We'll talk about that in a second. But let's just look at the facts. Right? So the FBI at the time in 2016 laid out everything that it was mishandling of highly classified information, top secret, special access programming. Right? It was all there, and it was passing back. They later found she deleted emails. Right? So that's the FBI's case that if you're talking about a hack, right? If you're talking about a hack, but you left your ass so wide open, right? That someone with a minor intelligence in terms of computers could have hacked into that thing. That's the point of the whole thing, right? That there was no, it wasn't like it was some sophisticated adversaries, although Comey says it in the end, that she was traveling with a shit BlackBerry communicating with her server in Chappaqua, New York. Right? They were so wide open because they were so adamant about secrecy. Why? Because it was quid pro quo. What's on those emails and what was later deleted. I'll save that. But let's look at. So did Hillary Clinton lie? Right? She says over and over again that there was no. I didn't classified information. Oh, there was nothing was classified on my email. And she said all that shit, right? We never deleted anything. Scrub the server. You mean like scrub with a cloth? You remember when she said that on TV? Right, so all the lies piled up, right? But I'm not going to play a clip of Hillary Clinton because I can't do that. Can't do that. But I'm going to play Trey Gowdy, who grills Comey, right? Remember when Trey Gowdy pounded Comey in court. This is all important because it has to do with the big picture and the fact that people forget, right? I just want to remind everybody that the real cause of this whole stir-up is to mask elections, to mask the fact that the elections are rigged and that the machines are rigged. They don't want you paying attention to that shit, right? That's my wisdom in terms of this, right? So let's look at Trey Gowdy kick the shit out of James Comey. This is beautiful, man. This is fucking classic. This is classic YouTube. Check this shit out.
Good morning, Director Comey. Secretary Clinton said she never sent or received any classified information over her private email. Was that true?
Our investigation found that there was classified information sent.
So it was not true?
Right. That's what I said.
Okay. Secretary Clinton said there was nothing marked classified on her emails either sent or received. Was that true?
That's not true. There were a small number of portion markings on, I think, 3 of the documents.
Secretary Clinton said, I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email. There is no classified material. Was that true?
Now, there was classified material emailed.
Secretary Clinton said she used just one device. Was that true?
She used multiple devices during the 4 years of her term as Secretary of State.
Secretary Clinton said all work-related emails were returned to the State Department. Was that true?
No, we found work-related emails, thousands, that were not returned.
Secretary Clinton said neither she nor anyone else deleted work-related emails from her personal account. Was that true? Secretary Clinton said her lawyers read every one of the emails and were overly inclusive. Did her lawyers read the email content individually?
No.
So Trey Gowdy does a great job as a prosecutorial lawyer, senator, House, whatever he is. And he did a great job. He grilled the shit out of Comey, and he pretty much confirmed that Hillary Clinton lied 7 times. On my count, she lied about deleting emails, about the classified information being on the emails. Did the lawyers look at the record? Right, seven lies confirmed in a House investigation. Right. The FBI. That's the head of the FBI saying that. That's not me saying that. That's not Hillary Clinton saying. That's the investigation that they did found that she lied 7 times to the FBI. So we know that they were incredibly reckless with the emails, right, with the passing of information. And then we later learned that Hillary Clinton lied about all of that with having full knowledge of it. She knew what was going on and lied, right? So that, again, I'm a guy about, I want to know the motive. I want to know the is there intent? In legal terms, there's intent, right? You need, that's direct evidence, right? There's all this direct evidence that classified information was on the servers, right? But to prove intent, you have to say, well, what was the motive, right? And that's where we are now. That's where we, I'll have to give credit to Charles Ortel mostly. I mean, there's a lot of people working out there, but Charles especially, on Sundays with Jason, Charles does a deep dive into the Clinton Foundation, and there you find the quid pro quo, that it wasn't a foundation at all, that it was actually a money laundering. It is a money laundering scheme where monies are put into the foundation, quote foundation, and then those favors are disseminated across the board, up and down the ranks, sideways, right? So that's intent, right? Why did they take the server and place it, why did they take that information and place it on private servers so that they wouldn't get caught with the quid pro quo, what they were talking about, right? And in that process, WikiLeaks got their hands on something that came much later. See, that also indicates that they were still wide open. They didn't care about security or any of that stuff. All they cared about was that the greed. They're so greedy that they don't even. They were doing it in the, straight out stealing other campaigners' money with Sanders. Remember that? where the money was coming. They were on television saying that Bernie Sanders refused to support down-ticket ballots, down-ticket candidates. Meanwhile, and they were telling Bernie Sanders to tell his supporters to send money to the DNC to help the down-ballot candidates. And when that money was hitting the DNC, they were taking it and giving it back to Hillary Clinton to beat Bernie Sanders. They were telling Bernie Sanders people to send the DNC money to beat Bernie Sanders. Right? I mean, it's not just election fraud. It's grand larceny. Anything over, when you steal $250 from someone, that's grand larceny. So they were just stealing the money, right? So it's so obvious, right? So I think I covered everything I wanted to talk about. So that's intent. I mean, that's what intent is all about. So why? See, the whole thing is there's 535 senators and congressmen, right? If you want universal single-payer health care, if you want a health care system that covers Americans, that works for Americans at a dramatically less cost, you take Big Pharma out of the picture. If you want something like that, it's easy. You have a vote and you get it done. If you want to eliminate student loan debt, it's very easy. You have these 535 people, have the 435 in the House vote, and then Senate it moves to Senate, and then, but 535, right? The elections, that's how, it's not, we don't have the elections, but the seats, that's the bowels of power. That's the power structure. People are forgetting that's because we're so distracted. We're so down our own little rabbit holes, right? And so the elections are going to come up in November, and there's going to be, there's going to be, I've predicted, there'll be several false flags, whether they're going to try to steer it to a foreign interventionist thing, Syrian gas, or something will go, something with NATO. It's all the same. Anything that the corporate media can fixate on so that the elections pass, consent is already manufactured, that when all the incumbents re-win, then nobody really notices it. They just kind of go about their business, right? And the power structure stays in place. I'm going to talk about Jenny Moore as well. I want to get to that in a second. So what else? That's so I think people, I got a note here. It says we put our faith in the president, but the president didn't agree to, I mean, he agreed, but he didn't have the power to pass a $700 billion military bill, right? He in itself didn't have the ability to get $700 billion allocated to military spending against an enemy we didn't have. He also didn't have the exclusive power to cut the corporate tax rate from 34 to 20 and give corporations 14% more of a break, and 14% break on money they don't pay anyway, right? So he doesn't, the president is not the guy. It's happening in front of our faces with these elections, right? So Jenny Moore, let's talk about Jenny Moore. More. So I want to so what are we waiting for? We're waiting for the autopsy, right? We need to see the autopsy, right? There's some developments. I know that some people online have diarrhea of the mouth, and we're trying to build circumstantial evidence, right? Circumstantial evidence, because we don't have that direct evidence. We don't have the smoking gun. So we build the circumstantial indirect evidence until it piles up, and then we could say, aha. And people are giving that shit away, right? So I put out there, was Jenny Moore a drug addict or had a drug history, and we find out through the thread and some some leaks that that she did. She had a fentanyl patch, some kind of fentanyl thing going on for pain in her back, right? Now in cremation, right? If they cremate her, right, those rods in her back, right, they don't melt, right? They don't melt. So we need to see the relic, like the old Buddhists. They could take the brain, they cremate the body, but they don't. They just cremate the flesh, and then they take the brain and they stick it in the heart of the Buddha statue, right? And the head relic, most Buddha statues in Thailand have the head relic of a monk stuck in the fucking thing somewhere. So we need to see those rods. We need to see those rods. I want to see those rods. Where's the rods? You cremate a body, there's the dust, but where's the rods? Titanium doesn't cremate. Right? Fucking, you know what comes to mind, man? Let's check this shit. I'll play this shit for you guys. This is I won't even say, man. These are my buddies, man. These are my bros, man. Check this shit out, man. You're gonna love this. Watch this shit. Talking about cremation. You're gonna fucking love it.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing, Chief? Listen, you guys are cremation services, huh?
Yeah?
Yeah, I was wondering, I got my mother here. She's really old and she's sickly. If we could kind of speed up the process here, if you could help me, get this out of the way now, a little quicker.
Okay, you need to talk to a funeral director?
I'm talking to you now. How about we just see what we can do here? You tell me where I can go with this.
Okay, if you call the chapel.
Okay, listen, what it is my mother, she's old. She's always running around the house, firing glasses and pots and things, hit me off the fucking ass with them. And what I want to do is if we can speed up the process here, I whack her out of some shit like this and you guys, see if we can fucking, have you guys melt it down or whatever the fuck it is that you do.
No, we can't do that, but,
You can't help me out there?
No.
All right, look, I got the old fucking man here, there's a few of them. How about... Can you guys cut me a better deal on if we get a fucking group rate or something like that? We'll fucking get a few of them in there at once and burn them up. They're driving me fucking nuts over here, Chief. I gotta get rid of these fruitcakes.
Well, you can't just do that. You can make pre-arrangements to...
Well, I was figuring you people could help me out. We come in one night, we whack them out. I'm sure you got a back door or something. We take them in there, we just do this shit, get out of the way. Nobody's got to know the better. I take care of you with the fucking dough. There's no problem there. We're good like that.
Nope, can't do that.
Shit. All right, let me see what I can do. I'll call somewhere else, see if somebody else could fucking fry these bastards for me, all right?
Okay.
All right, see you later.
Fucking Frank Rizzo, man. Love Frank Rizzo. Guys, where'd they go, man? Where'd those guys go, man? They fucking disappeared. They left at the best time, man. Fucking YouTube's just getting going, and Frank Rizzo they aged, man. It's 2011, man. Those guys are great, man. Fucking jerky boys, right? So I mean, listen, I'm making a joke about it, lighthearted. Good cop, bad cop, man. Shit. Man. So this is a serious matter. There's a dead journalist. There's a dead journalist, and there's several suspects, right? I'm playing patty cake, but listen, man. If it turns out someone is who this reporter thinks they are, and this reporter thinks they did what they did, then we're not going to be. This is not going to be lighthearted at all in the final analysis. Just for your information. Right. Take some shit back, right? So I need help. I'm gonna play some. I got my guitar. You notice the guitar's not up because it's down here. Right? So I need some help with my song. I want the crowd to help me write this song. I got this song idea, right? And let's see how this goes, man. This fucking shit. God, I don't sing anymore. We'll try it anyway, right? So no, yeah, there we go. Dark. Conte likes his music dark. So, for the guitar players, if you want to strum along, it's what is it? Capo on 5. See, capo on 5, and I'm playing A minor, G to D. Not D. You know what I'm saying? The fingering. I think that's what it is. Spy ring in Congress. find out what it's for. We'll sell your country's treasure out the back door. I think like pay for play is all la la la. You put some words in there. La 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 la. Oh yeah. Hey, I don't have any words. Oh, there's a spy ring in Congress today. Yeah, of course. Oh, spy ring in Congress today. So write some words, man. Put them down in the thread. I haven't played in a while because I felt I was talking to a friend and say, hey, how come you don't play anymore? You don't fucking go out and play. Because I found about a year ago that I ran out of something. I ran out of purpose in music. I was writing very dark stuff, introverted shit, and I felt like I didn't have anything to say. But I'll tell you today, man. Today I got something to fucking say. Right? I got something to say, and this is what we're talking about right here. This is what we're talking about. Talking about taking back our country. You know, you think I'm a jerky boy, but I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. And I hope you guys see through the bullshit. I'm trying to bring you guys to fucking together, man. I'm trying to bring you guys together because we have power in numbers, right? I'm not here to follow you guys. I'm not here to play patty cake with you guys, right? I'm here to lead you. My name is Marcus Conte. Peace.